Good morning, everyone. I am currently in Key Largo right now, and I wanted to talk about something that I feel like a lot of people have problems with, or a problem with, that they don't necessarily understand because they don't live this lifestyle. So I travel with 2 cats and a dog, and as you can see, Halo's like very active behind me. I'm about to take her on her second walk today because she likes being outside. A lot of people are concerned about heat being an issue, and right now, yes, it is warm in Florida, and if I were to leave the animals in my van, like with all the doors and windows closed during the hottest part of the day, right in the sun, yes, it gets extremely too hot, so I don't do that. I make a very big effort to find places that are shaded, because when your van is in the shade, or your car, it is so much cooler. Like, I am sitting in my van right now, and we've been just chilling at this spot all morning, which is completely shaded by the trees, and it's not hot at all. And essentially, during the hottest part of the day, I am typically just in the van with the back doors open, letting air in, and all of us are just hanging out. And I usually keep Bandit on a leash outside if she wants to be outside. See, she's fine. And then I do take the cats out for walks and stuff. I do have leashes for them. They don't like the harness, but I've learned that they're totally fine with just wearing a normal collar and being walked that way. And I don't walk them, they walk me. She's playing with her tail. They're so funny. There are ways to go about doing this while keeping your animals safe. Like, they're never in a car that's too hot for them. Like, I know when it's too hot, and I know when it's not too hot, and that's why I like to park in the shade. And maybe that's a big tip for anyone out there that's thinking about doing van life with pets. Like, you have to know that you're going, in this hotter seasons, you're going to have to find places, if you don't have AC, that are shaded, that you can park under. Because like right now, if we were in the sun, I'm sure it would be pretty grueling, but being in the shade, like, we are totally fine. Like, it's cool outside. The air and the wind is very cool. It's just the sun that's hot. Sound like a duck, Halo. They're playing. I just wanted to clarify that, because I feel like a lot of people get angry and crazy when they think, like, and I get it to an extent, but you have to realize, like, this is something that I've been doing for over 6 months now. I know what I'm doing. I lived in this van, like, in the dead of summer in Oklahoma and in Texas. So I know it can get hot, and I know what measures to take to make sure that we all stay nice and cool and we don't overheat. Right, Bandit? So I typically take Bandit for walks very often, and then I do take the cats out and I let them explore. I don't take them all at the same time, because that would just be a mess. But I take them out individually, and they all enjoy it. We're all living our best lives and trying to stay happy and healthy. And I think we're doing a pretty darn good job. But I just wanted to clarify that, and I guess, like, that's like my biggest thing and like tip that I could give anybody that's living this lifestyle with pets, is just find a shaded area. Because as long as, like, right now it's technically winter, so I'm sure it gets way hotter in the summer, but right now the air is so cool that when you're in the shade, like, it makes such a big difference. So people just need to chill out, and I mean, that's my biggest tip I could give anybody, is just, like, find a shaded spot. You're gonna be fine. Like, open up your doors, open up your windows, get a good breeze going, and it feels great. And we're just chilling right now, like, just in the van. Like, I have the doors open, and we're having a good time just hanging out. But I have to go find a CVS, then we're gonna go to the beach, and then probably head back toward Miami, and then I'll probably be making my way back up north pretty soon. Sorry, I'm so extremely tired. I don't know, yesterday I was in Key West, and I parked for a while. I had the doors open, like again, we were in the shade, and I napped for hours. I was so tired. And then I got up, ate, and then drove here to Key Largo, and I was so tired last night. I went to bed and I woke up and I was still so extremely tired. Like right now I could literally go back to sleep. So I don't know why I'm feeling so tired and lethargic, but I definitely am. So I'm excited to just make my way back up north. I'm gonna go to Nashville, see my mom, and then I have some things I need to take care of. Go see some friends in Dallas probably, and then I'm gonna be heading west. So lots of things on the agenda for the near future. Florida is absolutely beautiful. I've loved it. I've enjoyed my time here, but I am ready to head west. Very much so. One thing I've learned, actually, you know, I'll do a different video on the things that I've learned in Florida. But I definitely wanted to kind of like just show you guys what it's like living with pets. I mean, it's not easy. You gotta make sacrifices. You gotta be very particular in the choices that you make. And I do, and we're living it up, and we're living a good life, and we are totally fine. We're not overheating, and it's not really that hot where I am if you're not in the sun. So Bandit and I just went on the hike through, I'm at Dagny Johnson Key State Park or something, and we went on a hike, and now we're back, and I have the van open, the doors are open, front and or sides and the back. BB, I've said over and over again, is not interested in coming outside. She will if I put her on a leash and take her outside, but she doesn't even try to get out of the van. She'll sit like right here on the steps where she just was, but she just doesn't prefer to come outside or be outside. She just likes to know that it's an option. So I don't typically have to worry so much about her. Halo actually does like being outside, but she just doesn't do anything. She just likes to smell things and like see stuff, and so I don't necessarily take her for walks. Like I said, she takes me for walks, and I just go where she goes, and she never goes far, and she never does anything crazy. She is like almost 5 now, so she's older, but she does really well on the leash. She just chills. And then Bandit, of course, I always take her out first, and I let her run and get all her energy out, and then right now I just have her hooked up to the door on her leash, and she's just chilling, and I have some water out for him, and we're just hanging out. And that's pretty much like what I do during the hottest part of the day. The other day when I went paddleboarding, that was in the morning. They were shaded in the van, and honestly in the shade it is so much cooler. And also another tip is if you leave your reflectix on your windows, that also helps keep it cooler inside the van as well. And in my van in particular, I don't know how it is for other people, but if it gets warm in there, all the heat goes to the top. It is literally cool on the bottom. Last summer there were days where I would literally just lay on the floor because it's so much cooler on the floor, and underneath my bed platform it never gets hot. It's always very cool, and so that's where like Halo likes to stay. BB she was literally just underneath a blanket. She likes to be warm, like very warm. It's weird. She's just a weird cat. But Halo likes to chill underneath the bed platform because it stays cool under there. And sometimes if it's too warm, I will literally just drive around, just cruise, and like with the windows open, and so to get the airflow going in there real good. And we do have ways to live this lifestyle in the heat and be okay. This right now is no different than if they were just out here on their own in the wild. So I just wanted to touch on that too and kind of show you guys that it's doable. So, and if for anyone thinking about getting a pet while you live in a van, just know that it takes tons of sacrifice, and you definitely have to put them first, and you have to think about them more than you think about yourself. It's like having kids. It's definitely a commitment. I could see a lot of people trying it and then not wanting, like wishing they hadn't, or like giving the animals back, and like that's never a good situation. So yeah, just know it takes a lot to do van life with pets, but it can be done for sure. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I will see you on the next one, as always.